The section is among those most recently built and is dedicated to the memory of the prehistoric archaeologist Gianni Bailo Modesti, who died prematurely, who had looked after the planning and the setup. The most ancient history of the increase in population of the plain of Paestum is told by using some reconstruction and didactic control panels narrating the prehistory salient stages starting from the Paleolithic Age to the First Iron Age. The Neolithic period, represented in Paestum and in the plain by the Gaudo culture, is the best documented period. In 1943, the Allies went ashore in the Gulf of Salerno and, determined to establish their general headquarters, started to dig in the Gaudo area, the land, in order to trace the useful tarmac to the land of their air fleets. During these operations, the Lieutenant J.G.S. Brinston, archaeologist, was called to intervene in order to avoid any further damage to these precious remains. He dug rigorously the first of a series of prehistoric graves and established the transfer of the excavation work to another place, saving in this way one of the most important prehistoric funerary areas in the peninsula. This is a chronological monument worthy of great importance for the study of the ancient societies. The multiple burials in Gaudio tell the story of the first human groups in the territory who decided to live permanently as a community. The discovered graves, whose rigorous reconstruction can be admired in the museum, are characterized by one or two naoses, excavated in tufaceous banks and joined together by a small well. Rich in great formal variety, clay finds, which often reproduce, in a knot-turned mixture, objects which in everyday life had to be constructed in perishable material. These graves were used for multiple burials and populated during funerary rituals, as it is proved by the presence of the remains of animal bones and fragments of objects used to knead the pottery produced over this period. Few objects coming from the area of the future city and the bronze axes found out in a settlement located not very far from the future Porta Giustizia bring back to the Bronze Age. The grave goods attributed to the Villanovan communities of the Iron Age who mark the territory in this site of the Selle come from Arenasola and Tempalta.